The headlines of this hour on VTV News. Efforts sought to realize socio-economic goals for 2024. And later on, maximize FTA's advantages to secure export opportunities.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good morning. It is currently 8 a.m. local time and you're tuning into 15 minutes of VTV News. I'm Dylan Lei with the latest updates. Now, State President Tô Lâm had a working visit to the northern province of Cao Bang on June the 9th. Before starting his visit, the state leader visited Na Tu historical site in Bac Kan district, Bac Kan province, and offered incense to commemorate President Ho Chi Minh. Sincerely remembering President Ho Chi Minh, State President Tô Lâm and the delegation expressed their infinite gratitude for the great contributions of the beloved leader of the Vietnamese people. President Ho Chi Minh's life is an exemplary example of revolutionary ethics, wholehearted dedication and sacrifice for the revolutionary cause of the party and the nation. State President Tô Lâm also offered flowers and incense to commemorate General Võ Nguyên Giáp and 34 soldiers of the Vietnam Liberation Army at the Special National Relic Site in Nguyen Binh District. This site marks the establishment of the Vietnam Liberation Army, the predecessor of the Vietnam People's Army, in 1944. At the first meeting of the 7th session, the National Assembly discussed socio-economic issues and the state budget. During the meeting, the deputies carefully assessed the economic landscape in 2023 and the first months of 2024, suggesting potential solutions in the months ahead.
During the socio-economic performance and state budget discussion, many deputies spoke highly of the GDP growth rate, inflation control, state budget revenue, imports and exports, FDI attraction and disbursement. In addition, the participants shared analysis and underscored the responsibility to fulfill tasks.
The National Assembly assessment of the socio-economic situation demonstrates fairness. Instead of finding fault in the executive apparatus, which is the government, the deputies participated in analyzing, assessing the socio-economics with an open mind.
The discussion ended with positive outcomes and practical suggestions that closely align with the current economic landscape. The difficulties faced by businesses and laborers and people's income were among the main topics during the meeting. These are issues of people's interests.
The discussion outcomes clearly indicated the tasks the government needs to prioritize. These tasks include accelerating public investment disbursement, increasing labor productivity, reforming administrative procedures, and strengthening leaders' responsibilities.
The government and the Prime Minister should also focus on resolving bottlenecks regarding institutional issues and improving the accountability and authorities of the government, ministry, and departments.
The National Assembly deputies' comments will help state administrative agencies have more management tools and measures to achieve socio-economic development goals, including boosting the economic growth rate and stabilizing macroeconomics for 2024 and the years ahead.
To date, 17 free trade agreements or FTAs have come into effect, helping Vietnam connect with nearly 60 markets. As a result, exports to these markets accounts for about 65% of the country's total export turnover. That is a huge advantage for Vietnamese goods compared to many other countries. However, leveraging that advantage depends on the capacity of the business and the local support.
This business is proactively increasing the localization rate and designing new jackets to secure big orders from the European and US markets.
Our group now handles everything involved in exporting products. This includes importing raw materials and producing finished products for export. Our goal is to enable products made in Vietnam to benefit from FTAs.
The changes are not only seen in enterprises, but also in the initiatives of ministries, departments, and local authorities. Consequently, in the past 5 months, domestic enterprises have had a higher export growth rate than foreign enterprises.
Thanh Hóa province has issued resolutions to support export enterprises. For example, the province supports international cargo ships anchoring at local ports. It facilitates import-export enterprises hiring of specialized consultants to access the new markets.
Commitments to FTAs are one thing, but implementing them effectively is another. According to the Ministry of Industry and Trade, most local solutions still focus on communication campaigns and initial support. In some areas, the proportion of exports to FTA markets is less than 10%.
More practical tools are needed to assess the FTA utilization by enterprises and policies from local authorities to support businesses in leveraging FTA benefits.
After the first 3 to 4 years, Vietnamese goods have gained a foothold in demanding markets. However, in the long run, more breakthroughs are required, as most small and medium-sized enterprises are still specializing in processing and exporting raw materials and semi-finished products.
On June the 9th, the State Bank of Vietnam met with numerous experts to discuss gold market management. The meeting discussed amending Decree 24, international experience, and proposals on taxing SJC gold bar transactions. People have the right to buy gold. However, in recent times, many gold outlets have seen gold trade speculation push up the price, causing market instability and damaging the economy. According to international experience, in addition to limiting the number of consumer transactions, experts suggest taxing each gold bar transaction, such as trading in stocks, bonds, or real estate. Discussing the amendment of Decree 24, the State Bank and experts consider treating gold as a common commodity from which management and operation policies will be adjusted. Welcome back to VTV News Live. Now, 35 years after the first consignment was exported, Vietnamese rice is considered the pride of the agricultural sector because it has been named twice as the best in the world. However, for Vietnamese rice to cement its brand and develop with sustainable quality, one of the most fundamental things is to continue to improve rice varieties for export.
This shipment was supposed to have arrived at the European port by now, but when the quality check was inconsistent, the company decided to delay the delivery date. This company has had to delay orders many times because quality must be a top priority.
We need to have varieties with consistent quality. Then we can create trust with our customers.
In addition to inconsistent quality, Vietnamese rice varieties are currently weak in terms of resistance to pests and diseases. Therefore, farmers must spend a lot of money while productivity is unstable. It is necessary to select and create new varieties suitable for climate change.
Gene editing technology needs to be applied to produce high-quality varieties. Vietnam has an advantage in rice varieties, so we can use this technology.
The 1 million hectare high-quality rice project allows Vietnam to restructure rice varieties for export. The project-supported varieties have short growing periods, low water consumption, and resistance to pests and diseases to reduce costs and emissions.
We cannot use the same varieties for all 1 million hectares. We will choose a few quality varieties suitable for each locality's climate. By doing so, we will meet the needs of demanding markets.
India is preparing to lift the ban on rice exports as El Niño gradually passes. Thus, our competitive advantage in terms of supply and favorable weather conditions will also gradually decrease. Therefore, the quality of rice varieties will be a fundamental and consistent step.
The demand for social housing in metropolitan areas is huge. However, the low supply and high prices have hindered many people from buying a home. However, the social housing market is showing positive signs as bottlenecks in policy mechanisms and capital access have been gradually removed. Our story in Cần Thơ City has more on this.
This 43-hectare social housing area is nearing completion. This year, localities in the Mekong Delta will complete and hand over 2,000 social housing units. In particular, Cần Thơ has 4 social housing projects because demand in the central urban area is very high.
Many officials, workers, and low-income earners need affordable housing. In the near future, our group will further promote affordable social housing. We'll invest in medium and high-end housing segments later.
We contribute $200 each month towards purchasing this house, and we are still able to manage our living expenses comfortably.
Numerous social housing projects are underway in the Mekong Delta region as part of the investing in at least 1 million social housing units for low-income people and industrial park workers in the period 2021 and 2030 project. One advantage is the availability of an additional credit package of $5 million to support both investors and buyers.
We should cut down on redundant procedures to facilitate credit institutions and real estate businesses to access capital more easily.
Cần Thơ City urgently needs to complete the social housing construction project in the third quarter of this year. Accordingly, urban projects and industrial park will reserve 20% of the land fund for social housing. Due to rising demand, the social housing market is forecasted to become more buoyant by the end of this year. By promoting support mechanisms and policies, low-income earners will find it easier to access apartments at affordable prices.
A traditional dance and royal performance at Ngọ Môn or Noon Gate in the imperial capital marked the opening ceremony of the Phie Festival 2024 on June the 7th, one of the most successful cultural events organized in Phie City for 24 years. Now, it has helped promote the culture and traditional lifestyle of Phie and Vietnam by channeling the charm and beauty of nature and the people of Phie City. The festival, titled Cultural Heritage Amid Integration and Development, has attracted the participation of 30 diverse art troupes from France, Belgium, Spain, Canada, Japan, China, the Republic of Korea, and Vietnam. This inclusive event creates a vibrant series of art performances and captivating stage spaces for both local residents and visitors from June the 7th to the 12th. The Phie Festival 2024 will also feature performances by international and local art troupes, a food festival, and performances of Phie world-famous heritage, royal court musics, and songs. Team Da Nang Vietnam and friends Artiventia has a breathtaking display at the Da Nang International Firework Festival 2024 DIFF, opening above the Han River on the evening of June the 8th. The host team created a slow and romantic rhythm. At the same time, the defending champion Artiventia showed their power with the dragon dance. On the opening night of DIFF 2024, audiences were amazed at the jet ski and flyboards artistic sports display. The Fireworks Festival has helped Da Nang build the Fireworks Festival City brand and promote itself as a top destination in central Vietnam and Asia. Each festival attracts more than 1 million tourists, generating millions of US dollars in revenue for the city's tourism industry, according to the event organizers. And up next, let's have a look at the weather forecast. And that is all that we have for this hour on VTV News. To rewatch our program, you can visit our website, our YouTube channel, or download the mobile app VTVgo for more. Thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.